Hello, I'm here to talk about the sound set I've created for the Roland Integra 7. The sound set I've now created it's in sync with the 20th anniversary tour, so these sounds are mainly reproductions of the sounds on the first and second album. And I've done this whole thing more from a live point of view, because that's where I'm gonna be using it now. There's not crazy effects going on, not weird panning or stuff like that. I try to keep things pretty simple. When we recorded the first album, I had one Roland electric piano with me. I think it was the RD200. We used that one for the piano and string sounds. After the first album, I got the JV2080. I heard that Jens Johansson is using the 1080, so that's where I got my inspiration for the JV series, and I moved on to the XV series. I had XV 5050 modules on the third album. We even used an Uno 106, but it's been mainly the JVs and XVs in the studio for COB. And now from the XV series I've moved on to the Integra 7, which is a great unit. It's a little bit different in its architecture. I'm still kind of learning the Integra, but it is massive in its capabilities. What I loved about the JV back in the day was the expansion cards, and now the Integra has all of them, and when you start it up you can just choose which ones it loads into the memory, and amount of sounds you have in an Integra is massive. On the second Bodom album, on the song Downfall, we used the bell patch, and I think it was straight from the JV, and it became one of the legendary like COB sounds that you can recognize. And later on we've done some updates to it. It's just great that the patch still is available on the Integra, and I can stack it up with different things to change it up a little bit. Another sound that's important for us is maybe the strings. I've always used the Marcado as my starting point because it's pretty dark. It's not too much like a real string section sounding, and yeah, the darkness and then the good attack and stuff like that, and it's been our go-to strings patch for years now. Then there's the harpsichord that was used extensively on the first and second album. I've made a couple of different patches from that. The piano has always been transposed one octave down, because already from the first album on there were some parts that I would double the bass kind of, so we wanted it to sound really low and powerful, and so that's how our trademark piano string sound came to life. So there's a couple of versions of that. Just a collection of overall old school COB sounds. Thanks for watching, and I hope my fellow Roland users will enjoy the sounds I've created for the Integra 7.